Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about the market itself and make my daily commentary about it. First off, I'm going to talk about the American markets. American markets has just been yet new opened. It's been like 1 hour just passed through it and I want to talk about it. Well, in the Friday, the market was closed because of Easter is occurring in American markets, and that's the reason the market was closed. And for honest, I waited for an invasion for the Iran from the America. I mean the Hark Island and etc. But they didn't, and the Trump just postponed the time for the make a deal for the Iran to the 7th of the April. That was tomorrow. Tomorrow night maybe. Maybe if I'm going to make a video about it, we will going to be talk about it in the next day. So what am I going to say about it? Well, it seems like they are going to make an agreement. It seems like it. And if they're going to make an agreement about it, about a ceasefire or etc., maybe nuclear deal, and maybe the situation of the oil and the Hormuz Strait. So that's the reason the markets are buying it at the moment. As you can see through here, it seems like 6,300 was a dip level from it and the market bought it. So we are in the 5% upside from it. But we are in a war. Maybe deal could not be happen. And if that deal will not be happen, it can be making another dip to the 6,300 levels. But I don't very much thinking about it can be go below it because I think the worst case scenario has been ended. And why am I saying it? If you look at the weekly, in the weekly, my indicator, that's the common indicator, this is a super trend indicator, gave us sell. And if the market wanted to be go down, when this sell signal occurred, it will be go down immediately, but it didn't. So at the moment, the people are not willing to sell their AI stocks. AI stocks, I mean the American market and American market AI stocks. Why people are not willing to sell it? Is there a bubble or something in the American stocks or the AI stocks? Well, the biggest tech companies in the America are just making investment in the AI. So they are burning money trying to be develop the AI to be make it perfect, and they are burning money for it. So when the AI is just fully developed and that day comes, the companies will be start to give an exit for the workers in the companies. So the AI will be replace the workers in the companies. So the companies are going to make a huge revenue from it, from their balance sheet, because their cost is going to be reduced and their output is going to be stand still. So that's the reason the AI is making a lot of money for the companies in the future. If I have to talk about the people itself, it seems like a bad situation, yes I know, but I'm talking about the finance at the moment, and for the finance, I believe we just need to make an investment for the AI because the companies are making it and they are seeing a future for it. So I'm believing in this future, the AI future, and I'm investing too. But what will happen for the people who works in the jobs and going to be replaced by the AI? Well, I do not know. Well, it can be changed from country to country, but I think the most common solution is going to be maybe the citizenship salary or something like that, because the companies are going to make a lot of profit, and the governments could be tax them very much, but it can be make these countries to be go away from the lower corporate tax countries, but maybe the governments could be take care of it. I do not know. I'm not a professional. I'm just thinking at the moment, but they can be tax the companies much more from this time, and they can say I'm going to take it and I have to give it for the salary to be people who is not working at the moment, for the to make them keep people to be not to be hungry, so to be fed people. So that's a situation I thought about it at the moment, but we will going to see. So that's American market. With the gold, well, huge sell-off occurred over here, 4,100, and I told you about it before. Because why did I told it? Because if you look at the before my videos, I said this is too much. It can be go back to the 4,300. If you look at through my say, the February videos about the golds, maybe stay away from silver videos. I do not know the exact title at the moment. I said gold B could go back to the 4,300 levels, and it did. And also it went to the 4,100 levels. So the main way it seems like in the gold at the moment, it seems like it's going down. Well, this is huge. I'm going to look at the weekly. Huge gains occurred over here. Also in the daily, euphoria happened over here. So occasionally, more often with this does, when a euphoria occurs, it won't be going down at that time. If you look at the weekly, you can see through here. Euphoria occurred over here, euphoria period, stagnated, not going up, not going down, going down, 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 down. It was 2011, and it's going to break it, this line, in the 4,500. It's like 13 years. This could be happen, but at the moment, this is too much hard for to predict at the moment because the data is not yet sure at the moment, but maybe we can be enter the bear market. If you are holding gold, I do not suggest you to sell it at the moment, but if you are going to buy gold, I do not suggest it to buy through these levels because the gold could be go back from these levels. It was hit to the Kaufman moving average and it was too much oversold at these times. 27 RSI to 4,410 hit to the Kaufman moving average. Can we go back because the American market is going up, pumping. Also, Bitcoin is pumping cryptocurrencies, but the precious metals are not pumping at the moment. So this have to be considered. We just need to be considerate at the moment. Also with the silver situation is not good enough. Also, there is not a positive divergence occurring through these levels. The RSI divergence is normal, and I do not suggest silver at the moment. Also, if I'm going to be suggest the silver, I will just have to wait for the gold to be make its way for the upside. And if we need to be confirmed about it, we just need to be make sure of the gold's main way is going to be up, but it's in bluish situation at the moment. So I do not suggest the silver either. If you look at the Bitcoin, well, the Bitcoin once was connected and linked with the Nasdaq Bitcoin, and these links has been disconnected since the October season. It was going for its own at that time. There's a lot of things happened in the market. War happened, another stuff, but the Bitcoin was just stayed stable when the other markets was going down, like gold and American markets. But Bitcoin held it strong through these levels, and it's making a bottom through these levels. It seems like a Tobo, T-O-B-O, occurring through these levels, and there's a positive divergence occurring in the Bitcoin. Also in the weekly, there's a positive divergence occurring in the Bitcoin. So MACD indicators are just going to make a cross without leverage. I do not suggest leverage. Maybe these times are going to work to buy Bitcoin. It seems like the technical indicators are good for the Bitcoin. If you are going to buy Bitcoin, with the money you're going to buy Bitcoin, just divide it by 3. Buy one pace from these levels. It's a good pace for the Bitcoin to be buy at the moment. $69,000. Also with the Ethereum, if the Bitcoin will going to be go up, the Ethereum will be pump up really good, and it's going to be hit 2,416 at that time. So the situation in the Ethereum is also good. The technicals, it seems very good. The XRP seems like it slammed to the bottom, as you can see over here. This is the bottom. It cannot be go below these levels, but we are in a war situation at the moment. Several things could be happen, and if that thing's going to be happen, it can make a XRP to be sold off. Well, I do not know, but except for the war, it seems like we are in a dip at the moment, and it cannot be go below the 130 level. XRP, I mean. So take your own risk. If you are going to take your own risk to buy XRP, but the war in the situation could be escalate, and that can be make a sold off for the XRP. This is your call. I cannot say anything from it because it's risky, but risky going to be make a rewarded sometimes or be punished sometimes. This is your call. This is your risk chance. XMR is in the week that I'm going to show you. This is an increasing trend line in the XMR. As you can see over here, it touched these levels 1, 2, 3, 4, or if you count it 5. And it's almost going to be hit these levels in daily. It hit it, so it's always holding these price increasement trend line at the moment. The Monero is good, but we do not have to be expect anything from the Monero at the moment in these days. I mean, maybe if the couple of weeks later it can be we can be talking another, but at the moment it seems like the Monero is making a deep these levels. Also the 113, 315, 310 levels, it seems like bottom. Also with the AVAX, positive divergence occurring through these levels, positive divergence, price stable, RSI is binding up good, so this is a good point for the buy AVAX, but with your own risk. The things can be in the war could be gone bad, and if that happens, it can be sold off in the market. So do with your own money. Do not do leverage. Do not do anything with the borrowed money if you have to give it back in the limited time. So if not that, if you are just holding cash at the moment in the American bonds or maybe in your country's bonds, it's a good time for buy, it seems like. Fed is holding strong to these levels. Well, I expected it to be go back to the 119, 1950 levels, 1850 levels or something like that. I was just expecting it at that moment, but it seems like it's not going to be going down. Well, at the moment, in the first time I mentioned in my videos, I mentioned from these 1481 levels. Went up, pumped up, and I sold in the 25 or something like that, 2,500 levels. My opinion, I'm going to wait in the Fed because it's altcoin and there's not very much volume occurring over here compared to the Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'm waiting for to be hit and break this trend line, this price decreasement trend line, this one, this. I'm waiting for it to be hit through these levels at the moment. The technical indicators seems good in the Fed coin. So, thank you for watching my video. See you all.